Hey, hey, hey! What is good this week, awesome people? Welcome back to my channel, Joshua Patogi here. Glad to have you back again. If you're new to this channel, welcome to the community of passionate change makers. I hope you're enjoying your day so far, wherever you are and whatever time you're currently watching today's video. Folks, one of the questions that I often get from product owners is, how can they be sure? How can they be really sure that they really are the product owner? They told me that their job title in the company is product owner, their job title on their business card is product owner, but somehow they feel that they're not really the owner of the product. Many developers who work in the Scrum team also told me that their product owner does not have ownership over the product. They think there are hidden product owners in the company who can override the decision from the product owner currently working with them. Wait, does that even make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I do understand, folks. I've been there before. It can be quite confusing sometimes. Even though the product owner is not a job title, it's an accountability, by the way, as written on Scrum Guide. In some companies, the people with the job title product owner do not have ownership over the product, which is quite ironic. And sometimes the real product owner is the boss of these people or someone else with a higher authority. In some companies, the product owner has been undermined rather than elevated. Well, in today's video, folks, we will elaborate what are the 3 things that product owners need to own so that he or she can succeed in fulfilling his or her accountability. Hopefully, from these 3 criteria I will share, you can identify the real product owner who is supposed to be working in the Scrum team, or maybe you can elevate the current product owner working in the Scrum team to be the real owner of the product. If you are interested in this topic, don't go anywhere, stay tuned on this video. According to Scrum Guide, the product owner is accountable for maximizing the value of the product. The first thing that the product owner should own is the budget for developing the product. If you think about it, how can the product owner take risk that can maximize the value of the product? Risk that can maximize the return on investment of the product when the product owner does not even have control over the budget for developing the product. Besides owning the budget, the product owner should also have access to other financial information that is needed to maximize the return on investment of the product. Information like balance sheet, profit and loss, and also cash flow for the product development. When we look at a product, the life cycle of a product ends when there is no more user who wants to use the product, or when the product no longer creates value. Therefore, a product is going to be continuously developed as long as the product is still being used by the user and is still creating value for the company. A product is not only to be delivered to the users, but must also create value. Why would a company develop a product that does not create any value at all? And sometimes, to develop a product that will create value can take years. It's a marathon. When I went to Japan to facilitate a professional Scrum product owner class for one of the biggest car manufacturing companies in the world, they told me that one of the revolutionary cars they developed took 20 years to finally create value for the company. And it was the same product owner who literally worked for 20 years on the same car until that car finally create value and became successful in the market. When I thought about it, wow, it just blows my mind. So the second thing that the product owner must own is the long-term vision for the product. And this long-term vision may be realized in another 2 years, or maybe in another 5 years or 10 years, or sometimes it's even longer than 10 years. For the product owner to be able to own the long-term vision for the product owner must be empowered to say no. Say no to anything that will make the product vision further away from being realized. If the product owner is not empowered to say no, he or she will not be able to take full ownership over the product. According to Scrum Guide, the product backlog has a commitment to achieve the product goal. The product goal is different to the product vision. If you want to know the difference between product goal and product vision, you can click the link up here to watch the video I've already made about the product goal. The third thing that the product owner should own is the strategy to drive the product. The product owner should spend more time at strategy level than at tactical level. The strategy for realizing the product goal and the product vision, it should not be owned by someone else in the company. Otherwise, it will make the product owner feel disempowered. The product owner should initiate the majority of the items in the product backlog rather than just receiving it from someone else in the company. The product owner is not a proxy. The product owner must do more than writing the product backlog items to make the product valuable. There is this misconception in the market that the product owner should be the expert on writing the requirements that the developers can understand. The product owner does not need to be the expert on writing product requirements. The product owner is not the requirements engineer, nor just a new name for a business analyst, nor just the developer's personal secretary. In fact, as written on Scrum Guide, writing the product requirements can be delegated either to the business analyst or requirements engineers or anyone else in the Scrum team who are skilled in writing the product requirements. But even though the responsibility to write the product requirements is delegated to others in the Scrum team, the product owner is still accountable for maximizing the value of the product. There is this misconception in the market that the developers in the Scrum team do not include people like business analysts or solution architect or requirements engineers or technical writers. Click the link up here to watch the video I've already made to know who are the developers in the Scrum team. So folks, I would like to close off today's video by saying that having a product owner is an exercise for some companies to empower and trust whoever is appointed as the product owner. It's an exercise for people in the company, that includes the senior management, to respect the product owner's decision even though the product owner may be from the lower rank in the company's organization structure. For some people in some companies, it's not easy to give control and give such accountability to the product owner. Rather than undermining the product owner in our company, let's elevate them to a new heights. So that is all from me today, folks. Hopefully today's video helps you in either identifying who should be the product owner in the Scrum team or creating a plan to elevate the current product owner in the Scrum team to a new height. Hopefully we will see less confusion in the market about the accountability of product owners. If you found today's video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and don't forget to share today's video to people at your company or anyone else that you know will find value from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss any of my future videos. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you until my next video, folks. Until then, don't forget to stay awesome.